Here's a tour of my rat cage. So I try to make this cage more accommodating for Bolt. If you watched my last video, you could see that he's not doing very well. So I try to make this a little more user-friendly for him to be able to get around the cage a little more easily, since he is having troubles with his coordination and his movements and everything. So I have this box down here, and then there's a tunnel here, some lava ledges back there, and there's this ladder, and it goes up to this shelf here. And then over here we have a rope. So the thinking was for Bolt that he could either go from this box onto the rope, onto the shelf, or he could use these lava ledges back there and get onto the shelf that way, or he could use this ladder to climb up or down. It's not just getting up, it's also getting down. And then I have this rope here, and there's an upside down locker shelf and a basket over here, another rope, and a sesame tunnel. So again, with Bolt in mind, there's Charlie. With Bolt in mind, he could either go from this shelf onto the upside down locker shelf, or he could go onto this rope onto the locker shelf. And then there's this shelf here, which he can easily get to from that shelf there. Or I guess if he wanted to use these ropes, he could probably do that as well. He can still use the ropes, he's just not very well coordinated. So there's this shelf here, there's a tunnel back there, and he can either climb on top of that tunnel or through it, I suppose, and get onto this shelf here. There's Calcifer. Or he can go from this shelf over to that shelf. There's Mocha. But you can see with the size of the rats, they can easily reach the next shelf. And Bolt is a similar size as these two. So then there's this rope here, and then a lava ledge and two lava ledges, and this rope, and the blue rope behind there, and this upside down locker shelf. So I figured that Bolt could get onto these lava ledges. There's actually, it's hard to show it on the video, but there's this upside down locker shelf, and when this door is closed, he can get onto this shelf from that shelf or from this shelf, and then from the locker shelf he can get to these lava ledges and then onto the ropes. Or he can take this route from the shelf to that shelf, and then he can get onto a rope or something if he wanted to. And then there's this bridge with a lava ledge there, and I already showed you that rope. And then there's this lizard lounger, and it connects to, there's this double shelf system, and there's a tunnel. He can go through the tunnel. Of course, all of the rats are going to take advantage of this, but and then into this basket here. And then there are 3 litter boxes in the back. I try to keep them next to their sleeping area. They'll probably be sleeping either of those two baskets or this basket, and then when they wake up they'll probably go to the backside there and use the bathroom right away. But of course everything is still a bathroom. So that's the main inside setup. It's not as active as it usually is, but it's still fairly active. And then there's this lava ledge, 2 upside down locker shelves, and a bunch of lava ledges over here. And the lava ledges are placed so that Bolt can easily get from a shelf to here when it's closed. So you can see there's Calcifer. You can see there's a gap here, and I have this lava ledge, so someone can go from the shelf to the lava ledge to that shelf, or they can go from this lava ledge up to that lava ledge, and then that one when the door is closed. And then same with these lava ledges here. They can get up to, using these lava ledges, they can get up to that shelf there. So I will add some rats, and you can watch them explore. Okay, so the rats are here. Not all of them, because some of them took off. There's Remy. There's Mocha. Here's Nero on the left, Bolt on the right. There's Charlie, Wilbur. There's Hershey, Charlotte. Oops. There's Wilbur. Okay, there's Charlotte. There's Mocha again. There's Calcifer. There's Theodore. Bolt's at a weird angle. I can't get a good picture of him. There's Hershey. There's Nero. Charlotte. You can see the Bolt does have a slight head tilt. That's another sign of a pituitary tumor. You can see how he walks in circles. Also, if you notice, a lot of times he'll kind of drag his tail while he's walking, whereas a normal healthy rat usually will keep their tail lifted as they walk. The slower they walk, the more it's likely to kind of drag a little bit. Yeah, so he can still get around, it's just a little harder for him. And I have to try to make sure things are a little safer for him as well. See, if I have this closed, he could probably much more easily get down. You can see he's trying to get down and he can't quite figure it out. You can also see how he uses more of his back foot when he walks. Normally they walk on their toes. Oops. I think his depth perception might be a little off too. He's hesitant to go from where he is down to the next shelf. But there really isn't that much distance between those two. So I'll just have to pay attention to see what his struggles are with getting around in the cage and see if I can maybe add something or switch something up a little bit to make it easier for him. You can see his tail dragging when he walks. There's Charlotte. There's Charlie. That one's Wilbur. Alright, well I'm gonna end this video here and we'll see you next time.